So now we're going to set the right Z height. So to do that, we need to home the Z so it thinks it's at its max. So home. So now it thinks it's at the highest it can be. So you can see if you run a command, it's M114. That will report back to you the X, Y, Z coordinates. And right now it thinks it is at X, Y, Z. It looks like 234.05. 234.05. So now I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to bring it down to a known height above the bed, and then do math. So basically it's going to think it's at one spot, and we're going to have to correct for that. So I use an extra rod that I have for this. Because it's in millimeters. This is an 8mm rod, which is the same as all the other ones. So I'll bring it to 8 millimeters above the bed. So it should think it's at 8 if everything were correct, but it won't be. And then we'll do the math and update the firmware. Don't know what that noise was. Okay, we're almost there. So I'm going to bring it down to, so now it's just, now it hits it. So I'll go, still hitting it a little bit more. Now it doesn't hit it. So that should be 8 millimeters. So it thinks we're at 33.35 millimeters. So it thinks we're higher than we are, so we have to adjust for that. So I've got a formula that I use. So the original was, I don't remember, I'll just look into Marlin to see what the original setting was. Z Max Pos. So 324.05 was the original. So I'll copy that, and then we'll go to our spreadsheet and we'll paste that. And now we tell it that we are at measuring 8 millimeters above, and then what's our reported height in the M114 command? It's 33.35. 33.35. 33.35. 33.35. Okay, so our actual height is 298.7. 298.7. 298.7. So that is our max Z. So now I'll save that and I'll verify. And I have to disconnect from print run. Okay. Done compiling, and now we'll upload. Uploading, the lights are flashing like crazy on the Arduino. done. So now we can reconnect. It's going to think, when it starts up, it always thinks it's at 0. So if I do M114, M114, it thinks everything's 0. So now we have to go back up to Z. So now we'll tell it to go to 0. So there's a G-code command where you can say G0 and then to Z position 0. G0 space Z0. Perfect. So now we have our Z set properly. Every time, like I said, if you reset the board or unplug it or something, when you start it up again, it's going to think it's at 0. So if you need to transport it or you're going to shut down your PC or something, if you put your Z to 0 first before turning it off, then you turn it back on, and you don't have to take the time to home it back to the switch, because as you can see, that can take some time.